Well, hi, all my friends. Good morning. I hope you had a good night. Nanette, I hope I didn't keep you up too late, dear. Sure enjoyed learning more about you. Thank you so much for your email and your picture. Um, just dearly loved it. And you must have good genes, honey. um, Sent you an email, so you can take a look at it. I love finding out about my subscribers and talking to you guys and getting pictures of yourselves and putting the picture to the name. Um, it, it's really nice. So I enjoy it very, very much. Last night I did a song, and Nanette was so gracious to give me a nice, kind word. And it was Layla's, Eric Clapton's Layla. And I didn't finish the end part, but it's like, Layla got me on my knees. Layla, begging, darling, please. Layla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Anyway, I have to work on that song. My lead especially needs work, but anyway, it was fun to do and fun to learn. And my friend Terry wanted me to do it for her, and she listened to it before going to bed. And the most thing that she likes is my laugh. So, and, so I guess the song wasn't. Anyway, I have to work on it. So if you want a good laugh, go listen to it. Laugh with me, okay? Anyway, what's going on in the world? They're still talking about the anthem, national anthem. I mean, really, folks, don't you guys didn't learn anything in civics in school? Don't they teach you guys anything anymore in school? I'm just amazed at what people learn these days or don't learn. But I'm a baby boomer, so we were taught differently back in the day. If I can just find out where I'm at here. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, we used to put our hand over our heart and stand still and be reverent, and I just don't think that it's the place to do, to let's see, I'm sorry, I'm trying to just lighten it up here a little bit. To protest, I just, but I guess if that's your 15 minutes of fame, then, I mean, I can remember the guys, I used to love track and field, and I remember the two sprinters that had raised their fists in protest of the civil rights. And I was appalled at first, and then later, as I became older and more knowledgeable, I realized that that was their only voice that they could, make a statement, was, at that event. And so, anyway, I disagree. I think you should stand at attention, be still, be quiet, be reverent. And I will always love Whitney Houston's singing of our national anthem. I think she did the best of anyone I've ever heard. And that's just my opinion. So what else is going on? Just looking at the beach. Showing the beach. I love the beach. Anyways, we've got some fires here in California that they're trying to get out, and I don't know how it all started and everything, but they had to evacuate quite a number of people. So anyway, please do keep each other in prayer. My friend Buddy's going for another treatment. He's doing okay, wasn't able to eat much yesterday, but was able to eat this morning and had some good hearty breakfast. And he's in Mississippi, so you can imagine what he's able to have there. And So, just, keeping positive for him and that things work out for him. And, if it's the Lord's will, just hope that he pulls through it with flying colors, as they say. Well, it looks like I'm going to be reading from chapter 14 in Mathew. And this is John the Baptist is beheaded and the 5,000 fed, okay? So, at the time of Herod, heard of the fame of Jesus, okay? Herod the Tetrarch, Tetrarch. Okay, Herod of Antipas is how I remember him. But anyways, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John, and bound him, and put him in prison, for Herod's sake, his brother Philip's wife. And John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. It's going against, the commandments. And for John said unto him, It's not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have him put to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herod danced before them, and it pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being therefore instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John the Baptist's head in a charger. So the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, at his meal. And he had, feared man more than he did God, so he commanded it to be given to her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it, and went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard of it, he departed hence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals, food, provisions, and so forth. And Jesus said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat, and were all filled, and they took up the fragments that remained in the 12 baskets full. And they had eaten. They were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship, to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up to a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the 4th watch of the night, Jesus went unto them and walked on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, Is it a spirit? They cried out for fear. Then straightway Jesus spoke unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come out to thee on the water. And he said, Come. Then Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked unto the water to Jesus. And when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and began to sink. He cried, saying to the Lord, Save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they came into the ship, the wind ceased. And when they were in the ship and worshipped him, saying, Of truth thou art the Son of God. And when they were gone over, they came to the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of the place had knowledge of him, they sent out to all the country round about, and brought to him all that were diseased, and brought him that might only touch the hem of his garment. As many as touched were made perfectly whole. Wow, isn't that amazing? Okay, well, I think I have to stop here. These chapters are quite long. I will, in my next video, read chapter 15 to you, and also, if you would keep Puerto Rico in mind. They're in such need over there, and also Hurricane Maria has already slammed into the Caribbean. They're just getting pummeled, those people in those island places. So our brothers and sisters are really suffering, and I know that some of the countries do have shelter for people, and they do try to prepare as best they can. But still, it's a scary time for them, and so keep them in prayer when you're able to. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Oh, Andrea, what in the world is the thing that you suggested yesterday in your email? Black something. What was it? I can't think of it. Let me know. What does that do? Give me a little more information. Don't just say something. If you can, just explain a little bit more, so I can understand what it is, and then I'll go from there. Okay. I can't remember what you said. I'm sorry. Black something. And I'm like, where do I get that? Where do I buy that? Okay, give me some more information. I need more. Okay, and yeah, drop me a line, get thumbs up, like, subscribe only if you like it, and let me know a little bit more about yourself. I'd love to hear from you guys. Did I tell you I finished with Howard Storm's book? I'm reading Swedenborg's very deep philosophical, The New Jerusalem, right now, and very heady. I didn't ever take philosophy because I was like, a little too much for my brain. Like, what? I just like things plain, black and white, straightforward. All this and then that, then if that, then that, and then this and that. I'm like, oh my gosh, give me a headache. You know what I mean? Anyway, but I'm trying my best to read through it and trying to understand good. It goes with truth, and your will is in the good. Truth is in your understanding. Anyway, just very heady stuff. So. Yeah, I'll share with you what I learn, as I go along, and yeah. All right, so chapter 15, next video right now. Okay, love you. Bye.